So, yeah, those were all Book Outlet books. We put those down there. And the rest of these are thrift shop books. Making sure these are all the same author, yeah. My wife likes mysteries, and she classifies them into like romantic mystery, cozy mystery, and then she has a couple other classifications. So these are all in a series. They're called, she classifies them as cozy mysteries. They're all by Lillian Jackson Braun. She calls them the Cat Who series. I don't know if the series actually has a name or not, but this one is the Cat Who Turned On and Off. And we actually listened to one of them on audiobook. I think it was on our honeymoon, and they're pretty good. It's about a guy, a bachelor, named Quillerin, who has a couple of cats. One of them, it like does most of the detecting, kind of, in the terms of that weird stuff happens around him, and he notices stuff and is able to point it out to Quillerin. So it's kind of an interesting concept. Like I said, I only listened to the one on audiobook, but it was pretty good. This one is The Cat Who Knew a Cardinal, which I thought was kind of a funny title. The Cat Who Played Post Office. The Cat Who Came to Breakfast. The Cat Who Wasn't There. The Cat Who Saw Red. And then The Cat Who Could Read Backwards. But those are all like 50 cents. So again, they were pretty good finds. And I'm assuming this is also kind of a cozy mystery, but it's Buried Bones by Carolyn Haynes. Again, my wife's book. Haven't read anything by her. I don't even know if my wife has. Then we also found Dexter in the Dark by Jeff Lindsay. My wife and I have just started watching through the Dexter series, which is definitely different than anything else out there. It's kind of intriguing. So again, we were in a thrift store and paperbacks were 50 cents each. So it was kind of like, wow, why not? I picked up these next 4 are mine. I'm not sure about the last one. I'll have to wait and see what it is. The first one is Fire on the Water by David Poyer. This is a novel of the Civil War at sea. Never read anything by him before, never heard anything about it before, but it was $1, and I actually like historical fiction if it's done right. Like I said, I was a 3-year history major, so if it's shoddy on the history, I won't like it, but it seemed interesting. The next one is Tricky Business by Dave Barry. I'm assuming this is the same Barry who does, like at the end of the year, he does a year in review for politics, which is just a hilarious article. So I don't know anything about the book, but if it's written anything like his year-end politics and review articles, it will be hilarious. So I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to read that. This one is West End Horror by Nicholas Meyer. This is it's a posthumous memoir of John H. Watson, MD. So it's kind of like a continuation of the Sherlock Holmes series, except by a different author, of course. We have another one of his books, The 7% Solution. Haven't read it yet. I mentioned in a video, I'm kind of trying to go through all of the Sherlock Holmes. One of the reasons that I want to do that is we have several fan fictions around Sherlock Holmes, and several of them look really interesting. There's a couple of like science fiction / steampunk ones we picked up that I really want to read. There's one like time traveling one. So, I thought that was a pretty good find. This one I found, but I actually got it for my wife. It seemed to be something that was hers. It's Shakespeare's Counselor by Charlaine Harris. I don't think my wife has read anything by her, but it seems like something she might like. So again, it was $1. My wife also found Return to Harmony by Jeanette Oke and T. Davis Bunn. I know, at least I think she's read some Jeanette Oke. I'm not sure if she's read any T. Davis Bunn, but it was one she got. She also got Prom and Prejudice by Elizabeth Eulberg. I think, like I said, my wife loves Jane Austen and Jane Austen fan fiction, and Prom and Prejudice definitely falls into that category. I don't think she's read it before, but if the title alludes to any of the Jane Austen books at all, my wife grabs it up. That was something she found. Oh, I misplaced this one. When I was going through my children's books, I noticed there was I showed you all Ginny Gordon. This is another Ginny Gordon. Ginny Gordon and the Disappearing Candlesticks. I realized I never showed the author. The Ginny Gordon books are by Julie Campbell. I think that one was $1. Found that one. At another go, at a different thrift shop, I was actually looking, my wife's 25th birthday is coming up, and we're doing like a mystery dinner kind of, like Clue themed. So I was actually looking for a costume for that, but there was also books, so I ended up buying a bunch of books and not a costume. It's my life. But I found Eaters of the Dead by Michael Crichton. I have only read 2 Michael Crichton books, Timeline and Jurassic Park, but I loved both of them. And I want to read more. I think I have Eaters of the Dead in like a 3-in-1, but I don't like reading those. So I picked that one up. The rest of these are all, the rest of the thrift shop books that I got are all like classic, like leather bound editions. This one, you can see it is real pretty. This has, let me see, has the Apology by Plato. It has the Golden Sayings of Epictetus. Again, I'm sorry for the pronunciation. And then the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. It seemed interesting, so I picked it up. Then I got the the next couple are international collectors' libraries. And we already have a couple of different volumes of them. So I was gonna pick these. This is the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. It's real pretty. This is a collection of short stories by Robert Louis Stevenson. Again, all of them are real pretty. This is The Last of the Mohicans by James Fenimore Cooper. Again, pronunciation, I'm sorry. I've never read Last of the Mohicans, but I love the movie, so it's one of the books I would like to eventually read. And the last one is The House of the Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And I just think these are really pretty. I haven't read anything by Nathaniel Hawthorne, but for whatever reason, I always just assume I'm going to love his books, so anytime I see any of them, I pick them up. I don't quite understand why, I should understand, I'm the one buying them, but it seems like good ideas at the time, and I haven't paid hardly any money for them. The next two are the next section, the last section of books are all from Second and Charles, the used bookstore I was telling you about. One of the great things about them is they also have bins out in front of the store that are free, when they're just random books that are absolutely free. You just kind of get to pick through. So I got a couple of westerns, which is not something I've ever read before, but they seemed interesting. One is The Shootout at Corpus Christi by Tom Calhoun. It's a Texas tracker novel. Seemed interesting. Like I said, I'm from Texas. I liked watching western movies, so I was like, it's free, why not? I also got Catlow by Louis L'Amour. Again, never read anything by him, but one of my wife's grandfathers, so I guess my grandfather-in-law or whatever, really loves Louis L'Amour, so I figured I would try and give it a chance. Like I said, again, it was free, so why not? I bought a guide to the Star Wars universe. Said I have a lot of Star Wars books, so this is basically like an encyclopedia for Star Wars, but it's pretty neat, and it was like $3. The next 3 books I got are all from the Horatio Hornblower series by C.S. Forester. I haven't read any of them, but A&E did a mini-series with Ian Gruffold. Again, pronunciation, sorry. I love the mini-series, so I want to read the series, but since I married my wife, I got into this weird habit of not wanting to read books until I own them. So I'm in the process of buying up the series, and I've been able to find, like, there's 11 books total, so I think I have 7 of them, all in like the same publishing of the series, I guess. But so I got Hornblower During the Crisis, which is book number 4 in the series. Then I got Hornblower at the Atropos, again, Annunciation, which is book 5 in the series. And then I got book 9 in the series, which is Commodore Hornblower. I'm typically not, I prefer hardback over paperback, and these 3 are all paperback, but they're real, like the artwork on them, in my opinion, is just like absolutely stunning, and I'm okay with paperback as long as they're trade paperback, the larger paperbacks. The last book, and I think this might have actually been a thrift store find, and it falls kind of more under our children's category, but I think I just missorted it when I was going through before the video. But this is The Mystery of the Moaning Cave. It's one of the Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators series. And let me see, I don't know who writes these. William Arden? I think my wife has read a couple of those. Like I said, my wife loves mysteries, especially children's mysteries. So we got that. Yeah, so that was all the books we bought, at least, the past couple of weeks. So yeah, thanks for letting me show them to you. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm going to be trying at some point here in the next week to record an October wrap-up video of what I read in October. Like I said, I know it's already like the second week in November. I just got behind because I couldn't get the videos I'd already recorded off my camera and onto a computer. So you can look forward to that, and I will see you later. Y'all have a good day.